have become so desensitized. These things are now more common than they were before.
Right.
Where you had to like set up an actual like VCR tape situation. I don't even know what they're called anymore. Now people are just using their phones and a tripod stand and you're done. Like,
hey guys, this is Anesu, aka Nyati Shonga.
Hello, my name is Chido, aka Chizzy.
Wagwan, Advocate Amanda here. Hi everyone, this is Kuda, aka Cooks.
Hi, and welcome to
As Told by Us,
the podcast. This is a weekly podcast where 4 professional millennials discuss living in Zimbabwe and trying to figure life out.
Someone once told us the grass is much greener on the other side.
But from where we're standing, our grass is green. Subscribe, like,
Share,
comment down below.
hey y'all, welcome to the episode. Just a disclaimer. This is the rainy season. It's the rainy season in Zim, and it decided to just pour down and rain as we started recording. So please bear with us. There's gonna be a little bit of pitter patter in the background.
Cute pitter patter.
So just
ignore it.
focus on our voices.
Alright, in a rare occurrence, MMK shall be part of the intro. And today we're going to be talking about a very interesting gentleman from a country called Equatorial Guinea. Before this, I didn't know much about Equatorial Guinea. I knew it was by the equator. But now, we know much more about Equatorial Guinea.
What is the national flag? I mean, what's the national
I'm pretty sure there's blue in it. I know some things. I know
Who's the president?
It's not.
So you know one very specific thing.
One very specific thing. One very controversial individual by the name of Baltasar. I'm not sure about his last name.
Fish. I don't want to search him.
Yeah, but
on my Google.
I just did it. You know, it comes up.
That's the first thing
That's
that
the first
comes
thing.
up.
No, I typed in Balth and then I get Balthazar videos, 400 videos, original videos, download.
There's a Telegram
original. What's wrong with you people?
He's famous.
He's famous.
Okay, introduce us. Why is he famous? 6.
So Baltasar
I actually want to follow
lives a
the
very
Telegram.
adventurous life, and apparently it was during a fraud case. They were actually investigating him about fraud, and then they came across 400 videos.
Come on, Diddy.
They're calling him Equatorial Diddy.
Did you watch any of these videos?
I can't speak on. All I can say.
You found the video.
All I can say. No, they're all watermarked. I found like 1 or 2 because I was.
They're all watermarked, and you found 1 or 2.
I only found 1 or 2.
For you to know all.
You
have to have satisfied yourself. That is all.
The pitter patter.
Watermarked as in what?
Pitter patter.
Describe the watermark.
I have no idea what the watermark is. I cannot recall at this time.
Oh, because you were focusing on the actual video.
Baltasar has 400 videos, and he was engaging in sexual relations with people's wives, his boss's wives, his brother's pregnant wife,
His cousin's
wife. And this is he was the talk of the world for the past, I think, 2 weeks. I think it's kind of dying down now, but yeah. So thoughts, ladies.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts?
Yeah.
I think from a biological perspective, he's definitely a very fertile man, or very
Fertile.
I don't know if it's fertile, it's viral. Exactly, that's the word I was looking for. Very, that.
He has a lot of energy.
He has a lot of energy.
Hi guys, but does this not border on addiction?
Yeah, I think it's actually a problem. It's not normal.
Do you know what my
Wait,
problem
what is the
is?
problem here? The problem is that the number of people or the fact that he was recording.
I think the number.
Apparently, the recording was mostly consensual.
Yeah.
They were adjusting
And even
the camera.
the sex.
The sex is consensual.
Yeah.
But
I'm personally
They were
thinking
what?
the
Excuse me,
number.
did you
It's
guys
the
hear
number.
that? They were what?
Oh, there's a little interjection. They were adjusting the cameras themselves.
Oh,
Ladies.
okay.
What?
I
So then it's like, oh,
So
are
you
we
watched
afraid?
400
I watched
videos.
2 videos.
And then the rest were watermarked.
No.
When you say watermarked, what do you mean?
They were,
As
so
in-
what happened was when these videos got released, right? An initial batch just got taken by like content creators and stuff like that. Then
Right.
we put like paywalls and stuff like that. So I was like, what the hell is going on? So as you're scrolling in the comments, there was like 1 or 2 videos.
Like
so
you
I think
had
there was
to
like
pay
kind of
for
like a promo type thing.
Okay, so what's
Yeah.
really is happening?
It's like the worst part is like it's in his office. The ladies walk in, they actually look at the camera like direct.
And then they take their clothes off and start.
Get straight to it.
I don't know. I think it's the number for me.
Yeah,
Because
the
my
number
thing
is-
is there's 400 videos, right? That obviously to me, he didn't start off by videotaping his expedition. Right? But also to be fair on him, some of the women were repeated. Like there's some that have 2 or 3 videos, you know. So that doesn't necessarily equate to 400 women. It just is 400 videos of it. But I do, like in my mind says he didn't start off videotaping. He probably, like videotaping probably came a bit later. Right, and even though, like I'm saying, it doesn't equate to 400 women, it does at least go to 350, right? And that for me, for a man who is married with 4 kids, I think he has 6, that's a lot. And my only issue with it is that the country, their only issue was the fact that he did it in the office. So now there's a new law about not having sex in the office, which I am like, so from everything, this is what you got. You got, this man was doing it in the office and now there's a ban against ministers having sex in the office. And for me,
For it to be a ban, it means that it's a thing.
no, it is a thing. I don't think, he obviously is not the first person to have sex in his office. But now I'm also thinking, okay, let's be fair, right? How many people who are not ministers, who are not people of power, are actually having sex in the offices anyway? I can't think it's a small number. I actually think office sex is more frequent than we think.
I found the videos. How? It's just on X. I don't know. I won't lie. I've been very amused
I've
by
been
the
avoiding.
story. Like just, I don't know. Like in the most purest, nonchalant. Like okay, right. I mean, like men especially. Is now the profile picture in groups. Oh, God. Wow.
There's even pictures where he's like won the Ballon d'Or.
They want him at the next men's conference.
Oh,
For the what?
to give a speech, keynote speaker.
I think my main thing when I like saw this initially was like, are we living in a world now where there's no like sicknesses and all that stuff?
Yeah, true.
Because for me, I think what was very jarring was that it was all unprotected apparently.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Those are part of the charges actually, because they said they're gonna test him and see if there's any.
but how are you even going to trace now because the
Yeah.
numbers are just too wild?
Dude, that's scary.
Okay,
though.
just context. Amma just showed me a snippet. No, not a snippet.
Screenshot.
Screenshot.
of it.
I think it's scary. Like if it's like it's funny. I think it would be fun. Like I wouldn't care if this was not a married man. To be fair, I wouldn't. Whatever, men have sex, but the fact that this man has risked his wife's life, right? For whatever reason, he was also keeping these videos. I don't know what he wanted to do with them. Like, I don't understand. Like, maybe it's
a bit
just me.
sick.
Maybe it's me. Like, do you watch it back? Like, what is the point of, like, recording yourself having sex?
And just before you get to that, what makes it worse is that the wife has her own videos.
With
Wait, she has what? She also has videos within
Yeah,
the
with
400.
someone else.
With someone else.
Wait, what? Wait. This brings something else. What? Wait. So you're saying
Yeah.
the wife was also engaging in sexual activity with another person.
Yeah.
I'm assuming one other person. I can't think.
Yeah.
Probably. Who knows?
Yeah,
To be
who knows,
fair.
yeah.
And she was also videotaping
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah.
So this was an open marriage.
Yeah.
I don't feel as
Very
bad
free
for her
couple.
anymore. But like this whole time I was really like, oh, poor sis. But now, how?
It's matching the freak. That's what's happening here.
Okay, but I can't also imagine she has 400 videos.
Nah.
Who knows?
But who knows?
Because the truth is that she's not under investigation.
Yeah.
That's
We don't
true.
know.
Wait a minute.
I think it might have
Guys, my mind is blown. So what we're saying is, he's sleeping around.
Yes.
She's sleeping around.
Yeah.
Okay, now my
And they're both videotaping it to one up each other. So now on like a Friday night, it's movie night at their house. You watch mine, I'ma watch yours. And see how it's going.
My question is, okay, maybe we're looking at it from
That's wild.
from like this is a one situation, right? What's the sexual culture in Equatorial Guinea like?
That's what I was.
Because maybe, just maybe, maybe that's what they do in Equatorial Guinea.
That's mad. Somebody from Equatorial Guinea,
because look,
please tell
if
me.
he managed to have unprotected sex on tape with all of these women, and his wife also has been doing the same, right? Then nobody, all of these women, all of these people, there's no like moral compass or whatever. So to me, maybe it seems like it's a cultural thing. Maybe in their culture, maybe there's no HIV, maybe there's no AIDS in Equatorial Guinea.
That's why.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they grew up knowing, that like you can sleep with several people during the subsistence of your marriage. That's cool. And the tapes, that's just an extra added advantage, spice to the thing, because it doesn't make sense to me that all of these people consented to then videoing
Or do you
and then you consent also to having unprotected
Yeah, that's wild.
sex.
That part is wild.
But
To me, that's like, this is no longer about
it's a juju
this.
level now. They're like,
See,
traditional thing.
Two things come to mind. Number one, now he needs a DNA test, right, for all his kids. Because now we don't know, right?
But they really look like him, though.
They do look like him, but like if I was him, I would still get one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's weird. But like,
Why?
huh?
Why is that?
Because now in my mind, right, if she's been having sex, they have 46 kids, I don't know, remember the number. Right. I would just want to know which one of these are mine.
No, but if you're in an open marriage,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've discussed protection, especially for your wife.
This is true. But now see, my other thing is it that it's an open marriage or she found out and then now for revenge, she's now also doing the same thing
Maybe she's
he's
the one
doing.
who started.
This is true. She could have been the first one, and then he did it.
This is what I'm saying. Maybe it's a cultural thing.
I need someone in Equatorial Guinea to tell me what the hell is happening in your people's country.
Yeah. If you're listening from Equatorial Guinea, we need to understand
What is normal and what is not.
Yeah.
I think it's indulgence of like the rich. You know, like how like a certain class of people's indulge in some weird stuff. Like,
Yeah.
It could be because he's a government official. Like they have their circle, they can approach you very true.
But we have our ex-vice president, chin. Like we've never seen things to this extent.
Yeah, but
Just haven't seen their videos.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We
And
just
I
don't
think
know.
They might be
culturally
taking videos.
they might be doing things so that because I think, well, to be fair, I don't know, my whole perspective is any man of power is going to have extramarital relations, right? I don't know why you'd videotape it, but this is what I'm saying, like this is a me thing. Like my thing is, what are you going to do with the video? Is it for blackmail purposes, or is it for like, I want to watch this back, but also why are you watching it back? What does it give you to like
creepy.
watch it? But like it's the same as like watching porn, right? Like if you can watch that, why not watch yourself?
Self
Why
doing
watch
it.
somebody else if not
to
yourself?
fetish shame or anything. I feel like that you do get something from that.
Yeah.
And you would, if both of you are consenting,
Right.
and both of you are saying, oh yes, this is definitely up my street, I want to do this, it means they're both getting something out of it.
Maybe it helps in your marriage too. Like if you see how somebody else does it to me and I really enjoyed it, I'll say like, remember babe, see how he did it? I kind of like
Or
that.
you're jealous and you're like, you know what, I can do better. Come, let's go. So wow.
Could be. Like,
So what is it? Is it the problem that I personally don't think it's a married man situation. Like you've said, Kuda, it's expected. As Six has also said, it's expected that men or whatever. So is the problem that it's something that has happened in Africa?
Yeah.
That it's something that we all think we're very modest and correct and demure,
yeah.
not knowing that others have 400 tapes.
I think
under their
that's the
belts.
problem. I think Africans really are like we're one of this. We pretend to be very conservative. We pretend to be very demure, like you're saying, right? So if somebody has like one affair, it's like, oh my god, right? And now you're having
400.
400. Like it's proven 400. Come on, like
I think
it's
the sheer scale, like 400, all consensual. He's got a signature move.
Wait, what?
Signature move.
Yes,
What?
keep blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
For you to this in terms of signature move, you watched more than 2 videos. Tell
I
the
know
people
much more than two.
It's just tell us the thing.
Dance
tell
is
us.
based off of the thing. So
Yes,
it's just funny.
signature.
Yeah, the
Dances.
move. Yeah, because he has this thing where he twists his
nipples.
nipples.
Oh Lord, okay.
His own nipple.
His own nipples. So like the multiple factors. It's like, what is going on? 400 videos, all consensual. Some of the women are like visibly pregnant. They are adjusting the camera. It's happening. He's doing his signature move. So like, you know.
Or maybe that's to get him going.
Wait, can I ask this as a general question
Okay,
now?
yeah.
Do men generally have a signature move?
No, I don't think it's a general thing. But I do know, like, yeah, I think it's
I
a
was not
fetish where
expecting
people-
that.
That's wild.
So in any other country, this would be fine. You would have opened an OnlyFans. There'd
This
be
is
400
true.
videos. You people would be paying pay-per-view to watch.
exactly.
But because it's Africa, it's a bit like,
Yeah.
wow.
Can also, I'm just thinking, like, in a lifetime, right? In a lifetime. Say I got married at the age of 20. Ne? My husband and I are married for 50 years, right? I don't know, what's 20 plus 50? 70. So let's say 60 years, right? So we both live until the age of 80. Surely we have sex more than 400 times, right? Like in my mind, I'm thinking,
Yeah,
surely,
of course,
right?
yeah.
That's more than 400 times. So it can't be the number of times this man has sex. Right.
The number of partners.
It's the number of partners. But because these women, there are 2, 3, 4 videos of the same people.
Yeah.
He's maybe had sex, maybe with like I said, 350, maybe 200 people.
I feel like it's actually
that
way more.
wily?
I feel like it's 1,000 or something. Because like this is just 350 videos that we know.
Right.
Imagine.
So my question now would be, you know how guys are always like, oh, body count matters, blah, 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 blah,
Right.
blah. Hey, if a woman has had more than 10 partners, I wouldn't touch her, blah, blah, blah. Now, I would put this question to you guys. If you knew your baby boo had, well, not before it's even your baby boo, someone is interested in you, and you knew that they've had 400 and something partners, would you still touch him, or would you be like, thank you, next?
Amanda.
I would say thank you next. Chido. I would say thank you next.
Amanda.
Wait, you'd say thank you next.
Next to the next
As in,
person, like
yeah,
I'm looking
the
for
next
someone
person
else.
to say thank you.
No.
If I found out that like a potential partner has had over 400,
Okay, but
Yeah.
okay, fine. What's the cutoff number?
whatever.
If he has 20.
Guys, whatever it is, it's just not 400. Right? Like, we're not going there. We're not doing it. No. No. Sorry.
It's a no from me too, and I don't think it's a number thing. I don't know, why would you want a hoe? Nobody wants a hoe. To me, it's just unappealing because it's just like, what's wrong? You can't control yourself, or you just can't be satisfied, or what is it? Is it a power thing?
Are you
'Cause
addicted?
I'm not like, into that dynamic where it's like, oh, I'm sleeping with a minister, like that does nothing for me. So honestly, no. Because then now imagine being one of the 400.
You're not 401.
Legion. Part of the legion.
But now, think about it, you're a wife, right? So it's not like you're 401. You're
What do you
his
mean?
wife. You're not like part of, like you're part of the count, but you're
Again,
not part of
I
the
don't know.
count.
There's no novelty in that because who is he?
That doesn't give me any sense of pride.
That's even embarrassing. I'm actually the person I'm most sad for, and the person who's most embarrassed in quotation marks in the situation is his
the
wife.
wife, yeah.
Yeah, because
So,
But now,
that's
as
even
we
worse.
found out, she also has her own thing going.
Yeah, but that still doesn't have the same optics for her.
That's true. That is
It's
true.
still, she's still
That's
the loser.
unfair.
Yeah.
Whether she's if it was her, for example, with the 400 videos, this narrative would be completely different.
Oh, Jesus.
It would be fear women.
So there's a hun who did. She wanted to break a record, so she slept with 100 men
Huh?
in a day.
I saw
In a
that
day?
on
In a day.
TikTok.
On how many days?
I have no idea how she did
It was like in 24 hours.
24 hours.
I remember I watched that. She was like, I want to imagine.
For us.
No, she wasn't
Was it live
she wasn't
stream?
videoing it. It was like, okay, I'm on like number 75. And then like on the next
in a
one, she'd be
day?
like,
Where are you guys on the internet? Where are you seeing these
it was on
things?
TikTok.
This is the dark web.
Please, can I
Open each
actually...
other's algorithms and see.
Please, can I actually say
Nothing
Chido
like
doesn't have a TikTok account? So how Chido saw this on TikTok?
Wait, let me explain. Wait, I don't have a TikTok account, and but like sometimes like sometimes no, because these days like if I'm looking for something, I'll go on TikTok and like, oh okay, where am I gonna find this? And then you just end up scrolling. So I saw this girl. She's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sleep with like 100 guys. She's like an OnlyFans. No, is she an OnlyFans
Yeah,
or a
she's-
porn star?
This is only fun.
I like how it's because no, I think
I don't know.
oh, please.
I have no idea.
You know her first middle name.
She's one of those people. She's either an OnlyFans
She's a
person.
sex worker.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So she was like, oh, I've got a challenge. I'm challenging myself to sleep with 100 people
Did she get paid?
within.
She's
she
a
was
sex
getting
worker.
paid. So for every person who's coming, they're paying her. So she's like, okay. So I'm starting off. I'm gonna get ready with me. Actually, it was a get ready with me video. She started it as a get ready with me. I'm gonna be sleeping with 100 people today. So she
Nicaragua.
blow dried her hair and everything. And then she's like, oh, all right, I'm gonna take you with me. I'm now on 10 people. I'm feeling good. Haha, still fresh. Then she's like, oh, I'm now on 45 people. And then she's like, oh, this is how the room looks. I'm on number 75. And then she's like, oh, there's this one kid who bought me like a rose to say thank you. And I thought that was so like romantic. Then she's like, oh yeah, I'm now on like 100.
I have so many questions.
She made money on the day.
Did she move around or did they
She
come
was
to
in
her?
one room.
Oh, so they were
there
now
was,
all coming.
There was
in
like
line.
a lobby of people waiting in line.
So like there's 10 people waiting outside her apartment. And like they're just all waiting, knowing that like, how long was each round?
I don't know.
Like I have so many questions. I need to understand. Did she do it until they bust the nut? Or
Pretty
like,
sure that was the
and you get like one night
Guys.
per-
It's
It's a lot. It's a lot.
This is as told by us. This is a family show. What's happening here? What's even our topic today? Because I know the
topic today is our topic today is actually relationships and technology.
What do we talk
Technology,
Spotify?
yeah. It's actually technology, TikTok.
What is this?
Sorry,
It's a lot.
No,
Yeah.
no,
We live in
it's a demon.
Yeah.
Can we go back to wholesome vibes? What is
Yes, please.
Yeah.
So the topic today.
you know?
Why are you
She's still processing like what?
I'm the innocent one in this. Like I don't even have a TikTok account.
That's what makes it worse.
Who brought this out?
Anyway, 6.
Relationships and technology.
Today's topic is on relationships and technology.
Wow, 6.
It is relationship and technology. We just started from the extreme side
Yeah,
of the
to
scale.
be honest, I think it's a
Relationships and
good
technology.
introduction because I feel like technology has just changed the landscape of our lives so much.
Right.
We just have so much access to everything, everywhere. Things like this that we're talking about have been so normalized and so desensitized. There's so much easy access to porn, to nudity, to multiple partners, and whatever it is. Oh.
Okay, listen.
I think that was a build up
And
to
you know what?
It was like,
I actually wanted to segue like the Baltasar situation. Wait, listen to my intended segue, right? Like how these guys were obviously taking videos,
Right.
and now like obviously with technology, people are also incorporating that into their relationships. And I'm not saying, listen. Unless you don't do me like that. Why are you looking at me like that? Huh?
I wish this episode was video.
Chido, finish your sentence.
What was I saying? No, I was saying like it's so
part of
no, it's just become such like it's like as Amma was saying, people have become so desensitized. These things are now more common than they were before. Where you had to like set up an actual like VCR tape situation. I don't even know what they're called anymore. Now people are just using their phones and a tripod stand and you're done. Like,
Hey there, lovely listeners. So listen, running a podcast in Zimbabwe is quite the journey. It requires resources. And when I say resources, I mean money, time, and effort. Wondering how you can support us? Well, we've got you covered with Inbox. Or World Remit if you're on the other side of the world and you'd love to contribute. Our Inbox number is 077 810 3171. Whether it's the cost of a cup of coffee or a virtual high five, every little bit of your support counts. Remember, supporting our podcast isn't about funding our caffeine addiction, though it is in part, but your support keeps our podcast alive and thriving. and helps us create more content, ensuring that our laughter echoes through your devices. Thanks again for being part of our community and for listening.
People in long distance relationships, these are the things that technology is coming in with all of these crazy things that
agree.
Just it's just crazy.
I think nothing is special anymore. You've seen people naked. People see each other naked. Just access to a partner is just literally at your fingertips. It's all transactional. There's nothing special because I can find your boobs online. So, and I think it feeds into then now the general respect and value we have for each other because, especially men, if you can see someone having, intercourse with 400 people, your value system can't be normal after that because you're not going to respect women in general.
Yeah.
And you're going to be terrified of being the type of man who commits to one woman because no one is doing that. And so your faith in that system is gone. You're going to then aspire to be the man with 400 rather than the one husband whose wife is being caught in one of those videos. If you're a woman, we even said it here casually, but people said it with their chest to say that it's expected. A powerful man, he must. So it's no, but that's literally the conversation. He must, and it's just so.
I think it's
crazy.
I think it's crazy, but I also I don't like how things snowball, right? I think once we got phones, right, mobile phones with cameras in them, I think things got easier with you have people in, say, monogamous relationships obviously sending each other pictures and videos or whatever, right? And it started off with oh babe, send me a picture of your boobs, or send me or penile photos, right? But it got worse. It got worse with things.
Kids listen to us.
I want to go home. I tried to make it biologically correct, but then it got worse with things To Go and Mix It. Then it got worse with things like Snapchat, where it was disappearing. Yeah. Then it got worse with things like X, and and then corn in general, right? Where you needed to wait. I remember in town, if you were I remember, I think in our high school years, they were DVDs, right? And it would be a girl in a bikini, right? And you knew that this was corn, right? But now that it's on your phone with Wi-Fi, with internet, with all of these things, it became so accessible. You're not paying for it. It's in your face, right? And it stopped being between intimate partners anymore. It became anybody, right? So you could be dating someone and then that person asks a picture from somebody else. Or they can't get it off their Instagram, or then we got OnlyFans where you have to, I don't know how OnlyFans works, but you have to pay for it, and we're now feeding into fetishes. You have feet fetishes, and now you're thinking to yourself, it's easy money, I have cute feet, let me take a photo of my feet, put it online, I can sell it for $1 or whatever it is that people sell feet
for.
That's what I'm saying, but so now you're also making money out of this, and then you realize, if I take photos, even if it's you remember that, remember COVID time and there was that silhouette challenge, right? That in itself was it's like soft corn. If you really think about it, that was really, like the way people were taking videos, and then there was that ceiling challenge. That in itself was soft porn. You know what I mean? Like it because of technology, anything goes.
Yeah.
Anything is acceptable. Anything's funny.
Nothing is special.
Nothing is special. Nothing is sacred anymore. You know, and I actually think that's really sad. I think it's really sad because even just the value of your relationship, the value of us as women also has gone down.
Depleted,
It's
yeah.
depleted.
Drastically.
Trust has gone down. I don't know what you're doing when you're on your phone. I can't be the snooping girlfriend, but I also need to know who are you talking to, what are you accessing. You know, I remember that. I think there was once a X thing. I don't remember now, but like essentially there was this guy whose FYP page on Instagram was just honeys in bikinis, right? And like the girl had an issue with it because for her she was saying, how come your algorithm only shows? And he said like, I mean his whole thing was like, I probably clicked on one photo and
but
like
for your whole
but his whole entire like algorithm FYP. But it's also like there's girls in bikinis all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, it's a war on our minds that's very difficult to win because these algorithms are designed to do certain things. And I've seen it actually, like complaints, especially on places like TikTok, where guys are like, you can't even search this or that without something like this coming up. And yeah, it's so easy. In a relationship, anybody just has a bad day or whatever. You have a phone that's just a gateway to all sorts of temptations and things. And, you know, it's just a matter of time until somebody buckles. So you're exposed to so much. Our relationships are so weak in the sense that we're so transactional now. There's always something, like, what did she just say? Thank you, next. There's always the next. There's always availability. There's
But
options.
it's free, Amanda.
That's
If
what
you
I
were
mean.
paying for it, I would be like, you've gone the extra mile. But now it's just in your face.
But that's
it's
what I
for
mean.
free. What
And
transaction
I
are
think
you even getting?
it's more. When I say transactional, it's more than just you're viewing content. I mean, even your access to other people and other partners. Because it's like, you know, you start off liking each other's stories, they're friends with people, it's people in the vicinity, it's real people. So what I mean is everything is just now so open.
out there.
So there's nothing compelling people to say, oh, let me make my relationship work, let me stay. Because why?
Yeah.
There's always
Because
a plan
there's
B,
always an
C,
option.
D.
There's,
Online.
But I think that's also the problem. Like, I feel like there's this online, it looks like there's plenty options, you can do whatever with whoever. But I guess coming back to your question about transaction, when Instagram models and whatever, they go online to advertise. So the funnel is, he likes my pictures first, he then gets into my DMs. From those DMs, I'm also getting money because I'm going to now sell my time. So people at work, I always tell guys in my office, like, people don't just post punche, they don't just post for likes. So if you see an Instagram model, she's probably at work. She's probably trying to funnel and get clients. Going back to what Amanda said, she was like, oh, kids listen to this. I think kids should actually be listening to this because I feel like, to an extent, porn addiction is a really big thing. I don't know if you guys saw that statistic where they were like the most searched pages in Zimbabwe are this, and this. And those pages are not educational. They are not for making money. Those pages are literally just porn.
in Zimbabwe.
In Zimbabwe.
For real.
So people are actually
Pornhub.
going onto those. People are going onto those sites, especially kids. Kids are going onto those sites, and I agree. Then it disintegrates into our relationships because you're thinking I can get any girl I want. you're now part of the red pill community. You think women are just things to play with, and you're like, I can get any girl I want. But that's not the case. Like, so many people are in terrible relationships because we're not going down to relationships in general. There's no respect, there's no like consideration, there's none of that, because you people are basing your lives on things you watch on these weird sites where there's fantasies, there's weird things going on, there's like office whatever and nurse whatever, and then literally it goes back to that, because you're seeing all of this and then you expect it to be the same in real life. A girl can say, no, I don't want to be your nurse or whatever you're thinking up in your head. A girl can say, okay guy, like I want to understand how our experience goes in the bedroom. She can demand things, but I feel like people don't get that. It's not a relationship. It's more of, I saw this on this video and we must do that. So it is an important conversation. I feel like even if we were to brush it off and say it's not, the statistics say otherwise. People are there online, going to these sites and getting all these fantasies and then wanting to act them out and realizing that's not how life works. Suddenly you're an abuser. Suddenly you're a graper because you're not respecting people. You're just thinking, okay, this is how it works. This is how I saw it online, and this is how it's supposed to be.
Can I actually say to that point that, like, you know, now we have the bottle girl phenomenon in clubs, right? We also have influencers being paid to attend Bawa, right? And dress even provocatively, right? And one of two things. One being that regular girls who are not influencers have now taken that up as their regular outfits for clubs, right? Which has led to a lot of problems, right? Because you're not looking to, you're looking to, perhaps I'm looking to become an influencer, right? And so if a club promoter sees me, I'm thinking he will see me say what a pretty girl, next thing I'm an influencer, and I'm there, like you're saying, I'm there for work, like I'm trying to funnel in some money, right? But now you also understand that there are dudes who are also looking at you, who are saying, well, this is how honey's dressed to the club in general, right? Which I think has led to a lot of issues in terms of our value as women. Because now if you were to go in sweatpants and sneakers to a club, right? Niggas be looking at you weird. Why are you here? Do you not understand what it is? And I remember, like, back in the day, people, like, let's say Pablo's had like a dress code. I remember, like, you could only go to Pablo's if you had heels on. They would deny you if you didn't have heels. And it's better now, right? Because now we've realized that heels are sore, and so we wear sneakers, right? But I feel like we're going backwards, right? Because of the influencer culture, we're going backwards. But also understanding that we don't all get paid to be in the club, right? Some of us just go to have a good time. And because we're not all being paid, the Bawa culture is starting to take a different turn. It's no longer fun. It's now to be seen, right? And first of all, I don't like that. I don't even go to the club, but like, I really feel like a lot of the issues that we are having and is because of this influencer culture. And again, technology has made that worse, right, with social media, because now you think the only way to show up to certain places is to look a certain way, right? And I don't remember now, like, I think it was this last week where there was a video on X on these two girls that were like dancing in the club. And I mean, I thought they looked cute, right? they didn't look like power girls. They didn't look like influencers anyway. They just looked like honeys having a good time. However, their outfits were a little bit provocative, right? Again, that doesn't give men license for anything, but like the red pill movement took that up and said, well, see, this is the problem. These are the honeys. Right? And for me, it was, is it that they went there because they wanted to look like that? Or is it that they went there because social media told them they need to look like that? You know, to have a good time. And because they were also at a prominent club, I can imagine that that club had a dress code. Right? And that in itself is an issue. I can't show up the way that I want to show up at a club. I can't come in jeans. I can't come in sweatpants.
Why does that look like a baddie?
I have to look like a baddie, right? But also remembering that like the baddies that you employ and are getting paid to look like that can actually afford to look like that. I can't because I ain't getting paid to look like that. I'm just showing up in my regular clothes, right?
Even if you're not employed by the club, what I've seen, especially if you look at it from uni girls' perspective, because I think those are the people in the club. I ain't even been in the club, but no, for real.
No,
but it also comes with a certain level of empowerment, where like right now I'm buying. You know, when you're in uni, you're still young. You don't have much money for the club culture, but then there becomes this thing where certain girls dressed a certain way get certain benefits in the club. You're not paying for your drinks. You're not, you're getting the best tables, best this and that. You feel cute. You're young. You're having fun with your friends. You're going to take nice pictures. A lot of the time, some people get in innocently. Others clock what's happening. But there's benefits, definitely. And there's scales to what people are actually doing. And it's just all been normalized.
Yeah.
There's also
This is what you're saying,
relationship.
transactional.
Yeah.
It's all, everything has just boiled down to some kind of transaction. It may not necessarily come down to like physical money in hand, but there's a transaction that's happening now. Everything is transactional.
There's relationship coaches who teach women how to attract a certain type of man. And they have to dress a certain it's a certain type of man. I heard about this past week where they actually go like, if you want a man, a certain wage range, etc. This is where they hang out. These are the type of outfits. So sometimes there's also that intention when they're wearing certain outfits to attract
A certain
partner.
Is this in Zim? Was this a video that was like?
I think it's like, the context I found it was like, she's like a TikTok coach, and women from all over the world just like they call in or something like that. They go live, then they go like, I've been attracting this certain type of dude. I want to attract a certain type of dude. Then she'll like evaluate them and go like, no, you need to dress like this. You need to lose this weight. You need to eat.
Hey,
Does it? But you see, it does, and because looks are to women what money is to men. That's just that's our society right now. Because it's what I wanted to build on Six's thing is that with technology, there's now these rhetorics or narratives or themes where everyone is playing into a certain script that's trending at the time. Yeah. Right now, women are being told, it's the sprinkle culture where it's like, if you're gonna be with men, be smart about it, be money minded, where it's like more of this manipulative type of thing to say that, well, there's no love, there's no romance, you just be a baddie and get your bag. If you're going to go for men, go for a certain type of men. With men, it's the same thing. If you don't have money, you're nothing, you're useless, whatever. Make a certain amount of money and you can have all the women that you want. And that's the narrative that's playing out over and over again. That's just the reality of our scenes. Right now, people who are talking monogamy and things, they're the weird people online. There's no time for that. No, for real. And it's true, because even if you look at relationships on social media, let's talk about posting and tagging and, that relationship. That dynamic is hectic. Why? No one wants to see a happy couple because that's not part of the program right now. So if you're posting your man, I've seen this so many times, just tag everybody is not following, and it's like they're in the DMs. And it's weird because like if you're with somebody, you have certain access or whatever. Like you'll talk about these things because it's like you post someone, all of a sudden now your friends from primary school are now there, and it's like people were like, okay, all right, fine, that's interesting, but then. That's the thing. People post elbows. You can't post your relationship online. Why? Because there's fear. We are afraid of the embarrassment that will come. Because
but at the same time, if you don't post, that's someone's husband. So you need to at least like post and find out, is this person free?
See, like, what are we doing?
Like, it's just become so. It's like an extreme sport. I think I've been seeing something that was it on X? Where they were like, 2024, like people in relationships have just been doing the most, like where they just post like the back of their partner's back or whatever. People are just no longer posting their partners, and I think it's like a trend that people have noticed in 2024, where it's like, yo guys, people are no longer posting their partners because.
Baltasar.
Slide in the DMs, bro.
And then now you're being tagged in videos. Isn't this her?
Screaming.
One thing which was interesting about the Baltasar thing, they were like, how guys, I think it was a response to incels who always go like, you need a certain amount of money to pull women, etc. Like Baltasar was smashing his boss's wife. A woman who's well kept, she has everything she needs. It's clearly not a money issue, Like he was going for like top government officials, interns. He had no envy in anyone.
It's a pattern.
See, because also like if you're going to do your relatives' wives, that for me
It's crossing the line.
is wilding. But like I don't want to say Indra will, right? But Indra will, right? As the wife, also. What now? Like we're saying, you don't have. It's not like you have money problems. So you're not doing this for fun. You're not doing this for the money. You're not doing this for clout. I can't imagine you want this to come out. Why are you? Why am I sleeping with my brother-in-law? What is the pool? What is the intrigue?
It's a demon. Is it that they
demon? Do they both have the demon? Like Baltasar has it and she has it?
It's the only explanation because there's no way. I can't even like say bringing it back to you and your sister, and then you are now sleeping with your sister.
Yeah,
like that is just a demon. That is sorry.
Yeah. And out of the two videos which I watched, I couldn't finish it. The second one especially.
You couldn't finish them. How long were they?
They were like 4 minutes. I don't know. There's this one where it's like the lady is pregnant and she actually walks in and she actually seduces the guy, and I'm like, and apparently that's the brother's wife.
That's wild.
And I'm like,
but they're paid actors.
Yeah, maybe.
Because they knew the camera was set up.
Yeah.
But back to technology. So are we saying that you can't find love online? Because I've even asked this on my Instagram to be like, okay guys, if you're going on Tinder and Bumble and all of these things, are there any like success stories, or are we just like kidding ourselves? Can you actually find like a proper connection? Or an X, people say they meet on X, an X2. Can you find like a person online?
I mean, I've seen success stories
you
online.
can.
I think you can. I think you can meet anyone anywhere.
Finding people is not the problem.
Yeah. I don't think and that's what I'm saying. Like no one wants to be the crazy girlfriend or the crazy boyfriend who's snooping. Because if you found me on X, you can find other people on X too, right? If you found me on Tinder, I don't want to say, are you still on Tinder? Are you still, who are you? if you do, say you happen to find someone on Tinder and for some reason they stay on Tinder and you find out, like, what do you do in that situation, right?
Thank you, next.
And you don't want to be, but for me to even find out that you're still on Tinder is
I'm
me
still
going
on
through your
Tinder.
phone.
But you see, that's what I mean about how everything is just at our fingertips. So naturally in relationships, you might be with like, you're both proper people. But then that thing of cutting off your access to everything else is just not a thing anymore because you're going to be left high and dry. That's the mentality. So you're not leaving your Tinder because he hasn't left his Tinder. So he won't leave his Tinder because you're not leaving your Tinder. And there's those other conversations that started but didn't go anywhere that you put on hold because you started now with this guy. It's just, it's a mess.
I think you're right, because like a relationship is all about access, right? Like
Yeah.
if you're in a relationship with someone and you're like, okay, this is like my person, they're gonna have more access. Now if you allow these doors, leave the doors ajar on Tinder, leave the door ajar on Instagram, whatever, you're still giving them access.
And no one
Which
should
then
close
means
unless
now-
you're closing.
Exactly. So you need to actually like,
Because I
Close
don't want to
those
be.
doors.
I don't want to be stupid.
hi, sir, we were talking on Instagram. Yeah,
Now in
sorry.
a relationship,
Exactly. And then I don't know.
But my whole
I
thing
think
is
it's better to just do that because then at least the temptation, the demon
But you
that
do it
comes
how
with
many
it.
yeah, but it
Huh?
becomes.
Because, okay, fine. Realistically, guys,
But at this big age,
this talking stage that happens, right? No one's dropping their hose in the talking stage.
yeah, no, of course, no, yeah.
So,
But then
what are
once
you
you
saying?
realize, once you realize, Uti, this person, I'm really like locked in on them.
When do you realize that? Because that's the date that keeps on shifting.
But my
Until-
whole
I feel like
thing
at
until
our big
something
age,
happens.
you have to, at some point, you have to sit down with yourself and say, okay, am I locked in or not? Then make a decision.
Okay, but you're locked in. Is he locked in?
What he does now, that's his baby. I'm not like,
But now you don't
I
want to
can
look
only control
down, right?
myself.
You don't want to look stupid and say, okay, I met him on Tinder. I closed my Tinder. I deleted
but I
it.
think that's
But
also
he's
the
still
problem.
on Tinder.
I think that's also the problem to say like, I don't want to feel dumb. Like, you're the one who, that's already the problem. To say, oh, I don't want to be the one who is left with mud on my face. It's one or two it's one of two things. It's either you're gonna win or you're gonna be left with mud on your face.
Right.
So once you've already accepted that I'm bringing myself into this situation, go like
100%.
100%.
No matter what he's doing.
No matter what
yeah,
he's doing.
and I feel like when you're now at this stage, you're supposed to at least communicate.
yeah. This is how I'm feeling.
We're now dropping hose.
Yeah.
If you don't drop your hose,
This is how I'm
it
feeling
looks
and I'm
like
dropping my
you
hose.
You still have your options open and you're not ready for this relationship.
Right.
I agree with Chido. Like, we need to be mature about these things.
Mm.
Because at some point, like, what are we doing? Because I can't be talking to 15 people and then I say, okay, this one seems like he's okay. And then at the back of my mind, I'm still talking to the other 14. Like, where am I going?
You're not talking to them.
But no, we're not saying
I know, because you guys are making it sound black and white, but it's not. You're not talking
I
to
actually
them.
feel like you need to make it black and white. to
Okay,
make
all
sense.
right. Let's come out of
Yeah,
Tinder. Yeah.
I understand you.
Let's come out of Tinder. Let's go. Let's your IG, your Facebook, your normal social media, right? Now Tinder people made their way into certain spaces. It's all mixed now. Social media is just one
everywhere.
big thing, right? Now the 15 went down to 8, went down to 4, went down to 1. Yeah, blocking everyone else. You're blocking the other 15
Yeah,
on your Instagram.
yeah.
As soon as you block, as soon as you know I've already dropped this one, what are we still, like?
And
I mean,
also,
you're not-
like, I don't think you need to make it like, it's not like clear cut. You can follow someone, you've been in a talking stage, but you now have a boyfriend. So you don't need to block them.
Yes,
But
okay,
you can
but
make
that's-
it clear in your
I am
kind
now
of
in a relationship.
interaction with that
So I'm with
person.
you, right? You've chosen a person. Everybody else has been cut off in your mind because you're like, this is my person now. But what I'm saying is actively, they're there on your Instagram.
Yes, they're there.
And we've all seen it now. Relationship starts getting rocky. And now she does posting statuses again.
Oh, she's now posting.
You know what I mean? She does. We know that story of there's something happening.
She's back on the market.
But not really.
Not really.
Usually it's just a frustration thing. You're not getting attention. You're frustrated. No, your stories are back.
It's the WhatsApp statuses.
Point number 6. Okay. Hi. It's just a hi. Then you go, hi. Hey, long time.
Oh my god.
Here we go. Here we go.
Long time, guys.
But who initiated this? Is this don't
No,
you
but
know?
it goes.
What do you mean? She just posted a status.
But you're
Not even
saying
anything.
But
I'm
you're
just
saying
this is status.
But you're
she's
saying
at a
this
coffee
is,
shop,
what do you
whatever.
call it? You've said this is like the norm. Everyone knows that when someone starts posting, they're back on the market or they're looking for attention.
Yeah, but
So we like to call
what
it
I'm really
bad
talking
signal.
about is
what?
you
Bad signal.
You've
Bad
literally,
man.
but you know it's the one who's put out the signal though.
But you see, that's what I mean, because this is an argument or a frustration that Shido has, lack of attention, a suspicion, or whatever, or boredom that has made her,
But
you know,
signal.
signal to the streets. She's still with the chosen one.
Person.
But now it's a
look,
status.
I
But
understand.
I'm just
This
talking
is
about the
on Shido
access.
though.
Huh?
This is on Shido.
I understand.
I think it's not.
That's what
She's looking for
exactly.
elsewhere.
I think that we need to also have a sense of like accountability. If I send out a bad signal,
on
knowing
you.
very well that I'm in a relationship, that is on me. I think at some point we need to just all grow up and say like,
that's exactly
if you
what I'm
chose then you're
saying.
because now like what are you saying, right? That you are in a relationship with this person. Say for example you then want to get married to that particular person. Are you also saying that whenever you're in that marriage and you feel frustrated, you're
Bad
always
signal.
going to be sending bad signals?
That's
So
what
can I-
happened.
Then that for me that's it's a problem with the person.
Because when the hate comes, it's
That's
on
a
you
you
to
problem.
say, hey boo,
Yeah,
or it's on
exactly.
you to ignore.
That's not
So
a
it's
you
like,
problem. It's not anyone else's problem but yours. And you need to sit down with yourself
You
and
are the
say,
one setting bad signals.
what am I doing?
From a nigga's perspective, I was just saying this. The hardest girls to actually raise up are girls who are like happy in their relationship because she does not give you any, like there's no opening. But if there's 1%, 2% unhappiness, we can expand it to 10%.
Oh my
I
gosh.
can take it to 20, but I'm just being
No,
very
yeah.
honest. Like if I see like your statuses are not really aligning with what you're saying is on the ground, I'm going in. I'm like, fam, it is what it is.
You know what my thing is? You can, you know now, like let's say WhatsApp, right? WhatsApp gives you options about who can see your status, right? You have everyone, you have only these people, you have only this person.
Yeah.
If you are frustrated in a situation, like Chido is saying, it is on you to decide who gets to see or who gets access, right? On IG, you have your close friends, right? Even on X, you have your close friends, right? You can select who can see what. I can be frustrated, post a thirst trap, and only my man sees it. Only because it's directed at him. Okay, I want you to see that I'm frustrated. 6 doesn't need to see it, right?
Exactly.
And that's on me. Like, I just want you to think that everybody else saw it.
But it's
Right?
just you.
But it's you.
Exactly. You'd rather do that, right?
Because
Than
when you
open still
literally
the doors.
Because if you're thirst trapping, you know you've been talking to 15 other guys. You know they view your status. Guys, we can see those little faces of yours and whatever. You can see these people are on me. So when you do post a bad signal, it means you're open.
Right.
It means you're open to chat. And if they do say hi and you respond,
It's on you.
who's the cheater here? It's you. Like, I feel like I don't understand. I feel like at some point you need to be like, okay, what am I posting online? What will it attract? And what am I doing with it?
And what's the purpose of it, right?
What's your purpose? Because obviously if you thirst Some of us are now single. We're ready to receive the DMs, but it's what I do with the DMs.
Yeah.
Like, am I replying? Am I ignoring? It's on you. I feel like it's on you. So if you're in a proper
always on you.
relationship and you're like, you can't blame technology. Honestly, you can't. You can't blame
So,
technology.
what
on
are
that.
our final words for this episode? I think technology can help a relationship, right?
Wow.
I think technology can.
can find your person
particularly.
through-
You can find your person
on
through
X.
technology. I think the world is so broad, right? Like I've had a few clients who have met someone from the States or from Germany or from England, you know. They've met people from around the world, which has been helpful, right? First of all, because Zimbabwe, if you can get out and if marriage is the way to do it, you know, I support it. So I think technology has opened up a lot of access to people, right? You're not stuck with Zimbabwean men only. You have access to a lot of people. And because it's long distance, you know, you might need to be a bit more creative about how you relate
Be a little Baltasar.
to each other, right? I do think it's helpful, but I do think that I actually think it is more harmful than it can be helpful. Right, I do think as much access as you can meet people, those people are also meeting other people, and like Amanda said, there will always be a hey stranger person who, the moment you tag someone, you know, everybody wants to see if they can
Who is
be,
this person?
who is, yeah, like they want to investigate who is this person. And it's one thing to investigate to see like, oh, Amanda's dating this person, but it's another thing to now start DMing them, like trying to speak to them. And we know that, you know, people do those sort of things, particularly women. We like the challenge of it. You know, can I take, especially if I see, you know, I don't know what it is, but it's this thing like, I can see Amanda's happy, so he might make me happy too.
Bruh.
So let me see.
That's a demon right there.
That is the real demon.
That is a
Free
demon.
yourself from that demon if you're hearing this.
You need to go to the pastor and have that demon
Remove that demon.
removed.
I think for me, it's what I've been saying. It's nothing is special, nothing is sacred anymore. I think it's a war on our minds in more ways than one. And it's something that, you know, it's very difficult to eject yourself from because we're all subjected to it. All these narratives, all these things that we hear it so much it becomes normal. We've normalized cheating. We've normalized access to multiple people. We've normalized, you know, just interchangeability of people, transactional relationships, keeping your options open, you know, being heartless, looking for money, you know, all sorts of things.
We get it, bruh.
No, it's really a war. And it's just sad. I think we've lost a few beautiful things like letter writing and intentionality and the idea that once you chose a girl, that's it. You had to go to their family, do the right thing, and you know, even if you know things are hard at a certain moment, that didn't give you license to look for something else
send out a
or
bad
to just
signal.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And I think it's difficult. I don't know how we're going to navigate it in this day and age because I think it's a war on the family unit itself. No one wants to see wholesomeness. Everyone is looking to destroy it. And so, yeah, we're just full of brokenness and ish. Yeah.
Yo, that's heavy.
And people like Six I actually wanted to come back to what she said. Yeah, 2%, 10%.
Yeah.
So in that
was an
situation, right?
exaggeration.
No, I get it, right?
Yeah.
But it's true. But to
You're not
me,
lying.
it's a game.
Yeah.
Because a girl that you get in that way,
Yeah,
that's not going to be your wife because you're like, no ways.
definitely. it's more
It's a
of a
conquest.
challenge.
So it's just a game.
It's a conquest.
It's a
conquest,
it might be a
yeah.
conquest thing.
You see what I mean? And then 5 partners later, she's
Labels.
We're living in a simulation. No, literally, we're living in a simulation. Like what we were discussing about, just having that, like, if you dress a certain way, you get a certain man. If you do this, you get a certain person. I just asking, like, does that work? Like in the long run, does that work? Because, like what Amanda's saying, it's now just a game. Everything's just a game. We're not really trying to like understand people on a deeper level. It's more of what can I get from you and what can you give me and how do I get what are those called, high value man, or how do I get a high value woman. And I don't think it even works in the context of Zimbabwe, to be honest, really and truly. Those ones that are listening to Red Pill and the like, and I don't think it works in Zim. I think in Zim, what works is a partnership. Because things are hard. So at some point, you're going to have to work together. Which is, just in general, finding a person is difficult in these tech streets.
But does it work?
What?
Even the partnership.
I think it's better to look at it as a partnership than to say this person must be paying everything for me. Because I don't think in Zim it works. I don't think you can live in a happy marriage with one income. Either that man is going to say, I give you everything, so you must put up with my cheating. You must put up with my other 3 wives.
Kind
you
of
must
goes
put
back
up with
to
all these things.
the power dynamic and money thing.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like maybe we need to switch off our phones and try and
Pray against the demon.
There are too many demons.
You know what? To be fair, the devil doesn't like partnership. Right?
Yeah,
And
so
I
you're
think
always gonna have to.
you need to pray over your relationship, particularly if you're a person who wants marriage. I think it's different if you don't want it. That's a different thing. But if you want if you want actual marriage, if you want partnership, if you want it, then you gotta pray over it because the demons are flying. You need to be 3 a.m. club.
And final thoughts is we went from Baltasar to prayer, so without this podcast.
Yeah, I think we reserved the wholesomeness.
Yeah, we still have the wholesomeness.
Thank you very much for listening. Bye.